Welcome to Treasure Valley Podcast. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Elliot.
And today's episode is brought to you by LowerGentry Studios. LowerGentry Studios is a local film production company that specializes in high-quality productions at a low cost. Right now, you can watch their newest web series,
Canyon County.
It is available to stream on YouTube, or you can go visit lowergentrystudios.com if you want to watch some of their content outside of the web series that has just finished releasing. And so that was a lot of fun to put together.
Yes,
and
for sure.
We haven't had the podcast on for a while because of the fact that we've been running a weekly web series.
Yeah, for sure. And he kept on saying there as if it was two different people. So I didn't know if I had to pretend that we didn't do it or...
So I also like to refer to myself in the third person.
Okay.
From time to time.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
So we can be open about that.
Yes. We are LowerGentry Studios, hence our excellent branding on the front of a unit whose brand we don't want to mention.
For sure.
That was in the shot, but those of you that are just listening, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Treasure Valley Podcast, everybody.
Well, the brand actually, the brand, if you want to know what the brand it is, it's a very high quality machine and it rhymes with ass cam.
It does. I have a rare bone disease that prevents me from pronouncing the T in ass cam. That's a South Park joke.
Okay.
So, do you want to hear good news or do you want to hear bad news in the Treasure Valley this week?
Okay. Oh, we didn't say, is this Treasure Valley Podcast? Yeah, we already said that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Would you like to hear some good news or some bad news?
Okay, we're going to go through news. Is that right?
Yes.
So we're going through local news from the Treasure Valley.
We've changed the format a bit since the last time you've tuned in.
Yes, of course. So, well, one, I'm here now, not being interviewed.
Yeah, you're kind of a part of this.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you answer my question about the good news or the bad news?
I'm just trying to give people some prime. Like
That's
some
true.
primes, like you got to prime it up.
For those dozens of listeners that are have been following us and then are back on to our podcast after a 2-month hiatus.
Yeah. Okay. So,
would you like to hear some good news?
well, I'm just trying. I'm trying to give you we have to set up the segment that we're going to be doing each week, which is good news and bad news of the Treasure Valley.
Oh yeah, good point. So we're going to be doing some good news and bad news every week in the Treasure Valley, just to keep you all abreast on the goings on.
Yes, for sure.
As we're in this massive expansion that we are currently braced for due to the mass influx of people.
Yeah.
And so with the huge amount of people that are moving into the Treasure Valley comes good news
and bad news.
And bad news. So what would you like first, Elliot?
I think I want bad news first because I want to end on like a good note.
Good point.
I generally want to end with the good stuff, and I want to remember that.
Cool. So bad news. The Amazon Logistics Center was fined by the feds for unsafe working conditions this past week.
Wait, the Amazon what center?
The Logistics Center.
Where's the logistics centers?
It's in Nampa.
Oh, is that the new one that just opened up?
Well, no, because they're still going to build that. Right now, they have like a logistics center somewhere where haven't you seen those Amazon trucks driving around?
Well, yeah.
Those go to that logistics center somewhere.
Oh, okay.
It's in Nampa.
Gotcha.
I think it's somewhere off of Franklin.
Yeah, I knew that they had like some sort of shipping and receiving facility or something.
I think that's the logistics center.
Okay, so they call it something weird and more like alien, like bad guy.
It's like computer related.
Yeah.
It's not shipping and receiving, it's logistics. It sounds more computational.
Gotcha.
So they're getting a fine from the feds because what happened was Amazon did not log an incident in which an employee injured his hand.
Ah.
So do you want to hear some of the charges that were pitted against Amazon in this facility?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these schlubs. Flooring material was uneven.
Okay.
And it created a tripping hazard.
Okay.
OSHA categorized that violation as a serious violation.
Okay.
Serious in quotes, meaning the violation could have caused serious harm.
Okay.
And the employer should have recognized the hazard. So OSHA, that's serious.
Okay.
Amazon also failed to cover up a hole near a door that measured 2 inches deep.
Hey, you can get your toe caught in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That violation was also categorized as serious.
Or women with high-heeled shoes.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Or men with high-heeled shoes, because we don't want to say that high-heeled shoes are limited to any
you're right.
particular person.
Okay.
And then finally, an outlet box powering a conveyor near a receiving dock was not mounted to a surface. That violation was considered other than serious.
That's the category.
Yeah.
There's serious and then other than serious.
Other than serious.
So there's serious and then there's just, we're kind of being dickholes. And we're just going to throw in another thing.
Well, they had a whole bunch of boxes that they had to use for letters because not serious would leave them with a bunch of empty boxes to fill out. So they had to put other /than/serious.
Gotcha.
To make sure that they filled it all.
So so they got fined?
Yes. The proposed fine is going to be $4,831.
Ah, okay. Wow, they're really fighting Goliath there.
Yeah.
The big company's going down.
Yes.
Government's going in and cracking down.
Yeah, they are. So
4,000 what?
$4,831.
Oh, geez. I don't think they can pay that.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully that doesn't hinder their plans for building a gigantic multi-million-dollar facility in the Treasure Valley, but you never know.
Yeah.
I think if
Bezos is pretty vindictive.
Yeah.
Probably just going to leave right now. 4,000.
Forget about that. Well, maybe like Amazon, they'll offer a payment plan.
Yeah.
You know, you can pay the $4,831 up front, or you can do 24 payments of $200 per month if they're a little bit tight.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
Okay. Good news.
Good news.
Mm-hmm.
Trader Joe's is coming to Meridian.
Ah, Trader Joe's.
And the location is speculated to be larger than the Boise location.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Meridian's got the village.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
Big deal.
Now they're going to have a bigger Trader Joe's.
Oh, gosh.
Than downtown Boise.
That means, yeah.
That means Meridian is going to be better than Boise.
I think, I mean, it already is objectively.
That's true.
I mean, Boise's got
downtown. The co-op is in the village. The Boise co-op is in the Meridian village.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, you know, Boise's got the downtown and the beautiful foothills and North End and, like, Camel's Back, and then Meridian has
the village,
and then that Walmart across the street from the village.
Yeah,
and then there's a few other
there's Eagle Road,
and then Eagle Road.
If you ever go down Eagle Road, I think a majority of the people in Treasure Valley are always on the Eagle Road.
Yeah,
so because I think it's a tourist destination or a local I don't know who's on Eagle Road all the time, if it's tourists or locals, but it's definitely a destination.
Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst road
until you get to Eagle, then it clears right out.
Yeah.
But in Meridian, it's kind of a mess. Mm-hmm. So Trader Joe's, it's going to be in Meridian, and it's going to be bigger.
I don't know if that's
and better
good.
than ever.
I don't know if that's. I think that's just neutral news. I was waiting for really amazing good news, but that's not. I'm not.
Well, you know that they have
excited about that.
They have A+ grade ratings on their dumpster food.
Oh,
and so if it's a bigger...
Oh, so you're trying to say that I'm going to go dumpster diving?
Well, you could.
I'm closer to the Boise. I live closer to the Boise Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to dumpster dive at the Boise Co-op because I shop local. Or I steal from dumpsters locally.
I don't want to support a chain.
I don't want to support
a chain dumpster.
Well, I'm trying to steal food.
Good point.
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
All right, cool.
So that's the good news. That's the best news I could come up with this week.
All right.
Well, news is pretty difficult. We might have to do our own news beat in order to keep up on good news because it seems like
everything is bad news.
It all just comes up just terrible.
All right.
So are you ready to do our problem and solution section?
I am ready for the problem solution segment. Go.
Okay, here comes the song.
All right. You can click the song.
You've got problems. I've got problems. We've got problems. Here's the answer.
All right. What's our problem of today?
The problem that's about ready to happen is for the fourth time in 10 years, Canyon County voters will be voting on a new jail, which the proposed cost is going to be $187 million.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of money to spend on people who are thrown in jail.
Yes. And so obviously that's a big problem. And there's a problem with the current jail because it's not big enough.
Okay.
And I guess it hasn't been for 10 years because they keep trying to vote for more money to open up a new one, but they're skimping by. So we were doing some calculations to try to come up with some solutions, right?
All right.
So instead of spending $187 million on a county jail, they could buy 7,480 base model Honda Accords. Keep them ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then if somebody commits allegedly commits a crime, they could have the option to just borrow one of those and go somewhere that has a better jail. We could leave it up to them.
That's a good solution.
Yeah.
That's a good solution. So I was actually, I looked it up that we could hire 4,155 teachers for 1 year. And then maybe that would just help some of the jail problems just in general.
Or they could have each of the offenders allegedly could have a teacher teach them the correct way to behave.
For like 1 year at $45,000 for that year. Yeah.
And then we could resolve a lot of those issues.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't have to hire them all on at once. You could just hire like a couple teachers.
I mean, obviously that would, I'm just,
because I don't think we
have
have
a lot of money.
I don't think we need 4,100. I don't know what the statistics are. I don't know how many people go in and out of that jail every year, but that seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, right now it's almost at capacity, or no, it is at capacity with under 500 people, and then they're going to build a jail facility that's slightly over 1,000 people. So they're like more than doubling the size of the jail because they say they want to keep it at 80% capacity. But I don't know. I always wonder about that stuff. Mm-hmm. I wonder about jails. I don't like jails. I'm kind of one of those hippy dippy guys. It's just like, we should just let them go, man.
Yeah.
No prisons.
Well,
especially when most of them are just drug possession charges,
Yeah.
So who cares?
Well,
why don't we just and then they're waiting. They're just waiting for trial. You know? How many of them do we actually need to keep in jail? I don't know.
Well, I was trying to figure out an investment strategy.
Okay.
Because I lean libertarian, and I feel like money should be
you're
made.
Crazy, kind of a weird dude.
Yes, exactly. Sure. If you don't understand libertarianism, so I was thinking,
which I don't, because I'm a rational human being.
Okay, so I was trying to think of investment opportunities. So if you were to go to Colombia, right now, according to Addiction Resource, they have this information on Addiction Resource. So if you're trying to recover from addiction,
I will vouch for that because I saw him looking up on a computer before we started this for a few minutes.
Thank you for confirming.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for help with your addiction, or you're looking to calculate business investment opportunities, for $400 per kilogram, you can go to Colombia, and that's the going rate per kilogram for cocaine.
Okay.
So with $187 million, you could get 467,500 kilos.
Okay.
Where the median street price of cocaine is $80 a gram.
Okay, that seems a little high.
So I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I don't do cocaine. I've never bought cocaine in my life.
That's good to know. Let's not incriminate ourselves. Well, I don't know. If we're in Canyon County, there's no room for us anyway.
What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna put me?
Give me a Honda. So for that 467,500 kilograms at $80 per gram, you'd be looking at $37.4 billion you'd be able to make on that initial investment of $187 million.
Okay, so you're saying that Canyon County should buy a bunch of cocaine in Colombia and then move it up, cut it up here, and then sell it at a profit, and they would make how much money again?
The total that they would make would be $37.4 billion, and you'd have to subtract the $200 million roughly out of that. So so still $37 billion.
Okay, so think of all the cool stuff that Canyon County, like the whole government, could do. Like, what kind of cool stuff could they do with that much money?
Well, with that much money, they could actually then build 200 of those $187 million jails. And then they could have the cocaine there. They could sell it to the people.
And then arrest them.
Get the money and then arrest them. And then they'd basically be paying for their own jail.
Yeah.
And then as they pay for their own jails, we keep building it because it's profitable.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
I like this idea. I like a good, profitable prison.
Good.
Yeah.
So there it is. And with that,
problem solution.
You've got problems. I've got problems. We've got problems.
Do we listen to this whole thing?
I think so. And it's done. Okay. Should we chat about the events that have happened and are happening in Treasure Valley?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we should. Okay. Well, what was the first one you wanted to talk about?
Well, we went to a couple weekends ago. We went to Beer and Friends.
That was really fun
at the Mother Earth Brewery, and it was in Nampa. It was a cool event. They had they had almost all the local breweries present from the Treasure Valley.
Yeah, there was a lot of them there. I can't keep track of all of the local breweries in the Treasure Valley anymore, so I don't know if
I don't know if there were
some missing.
There were
Highlands Hollow is never at those things. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, they definitely weren't there.
No, they weren't there. Crescent wasn't there either. I haven't seen them go to.
Oh yeah,
Crescent.
Crescent. Oh yeah, Nampa. Yeah. So those two. I'm not crapping on you guys. If you're
they were probably
watching.
they could have been busy.
Yeah,
but,
they probably were. They're probably busy. They're probably selling beer someplace else. Anyway, that was a really cool event.
Yeah.
One of the favorite ones that I had was actually kind of weird because usually my palate runs really hoppy, which I really enjoyed the 2C Family Brewing.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to be opening up in downtown Nampa pretty soon.
Yep.
I really enjoyed there because they had 2 on tap. It was the Mexican lager, which usually I'm not like a big lager, but it was like dry on the aftertaste. It wasn't sweet at all.
Yeah.
And then I liked their blonde because it kind of had that nice Belgian-y, it had like this effervescent Belgian flavor. I don't know anything about beer. I don't know what gives it that flavor. But it's Belgian-y when you drink it. It's like, it tastes like Belgian, but it's still like lighter on the back end too.
Yes.
So I enjoyed
and
those.
it was cool because there's a lot of hoppy beers locally. Well, I prefer a lot of the hoppy stuff.
Me too.
That's local.
Yeah.
And this was kind of nice because obviously they were lighter, solid beers, and the lager wasn't sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because usually in the summertime, I'm all about like the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
Or the Mirror Pond.
That's a pale ale. Those are both pale ales. Though.
Yeah, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or Mirror Pond Pale Ale because I don't like a lot of the lighter stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's usually out there because it tastes pretty sweet, but this was not sweet. It was really solid.
Yeah,
and I agree with the blonde. The analysis of the blonde completely.
Yeah, it was very in depth.
Yep.
Belgian-y with niceness at the end.
Yeah, it had some type
very
of
articulate when it comes to this stuff. So.
Yeah, if you just put ness on the end of words, it makes it professional and literate as well.
Objectively.
Exactly.
All right.
Cool.
So we went to what was that called? Beer and Friends.
Beer and Friends.
Mother Earth.
So hopefully that happens again next year because that's part of the Idaho beer microbrew thing. There's an Idaho microbrewiness.
Craft beer month, right?
There's a craftness beerness month.
Yeah, craftness beerness month. Yeah.
For Idaho-ness, for all of their alcoholness that happens.
And then, so hopefully they'll do that next year. And then also check out 2C, which should be opening sometime this month. 2C Family Brewing.
And they're going to be downtown Nampa.
Yeah.
Next to Mesa Tacos.
And then what do we have? What are we doing this weekend, Chuck?
This weekend, HomeGrown Theatre, a night of bad decisions. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Me too.
We were talking to the HomeGrown Theatre crew, and it sounds like it's a wild time. We missed it last year. They've been doing it a couple of years. But
yeah, for sure.
It's kind of a night of completing dares and trying to win. So it's got competitiveness.
Well, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt, right? Like a pub crawl / scavenger hunt through downtown Boise.
Yeah.
It starts at the Space Bar this Saturday, so I'm going to be there at 4 p.m.
Me too.
Yeah, I already bought tickets to it. You're on my team.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
All right, we better do well.
We better. I'm going to be very angry.
I know. I hope so. Okay. Well, not that I hope that you're angry. I hope we do well. Well, I don't know. Can I have both?
Okay. Yes.
Good.
I'll be angry about it. I'll be pissed off about
how
something
well
else.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's it for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us. And this is the exit theme
of Treasure Valley Podcast. See y'all next week.
Have a good one.
Peace.